Hi everyone and welcome to Homerino Collectibles, where today I'm going to be doing a review of the Star Wars Black Series 6-inch Clone Trooper Sergeant. This is from the latest wave of the Black Series, and as you can see it is in the newer style packaging with the blue lines, and you have the nice open top there. Flipping around to the back we have the same picture actually that we got with the regular Clone Trooper, as you can see right here. It's just zoomed out a little bit so you can actually see more of the same picture, and it's actually lightened up a little bit too, so you can just see it a bit clearer, so I like that. And then there is the bio on the back. If you want to go ahead and read it you can pause it now, but that's pretty much it for the box. So let's get this thing open and see how much it differs to the regular Clone Trooper. And here we have the Clone Trooper Sergeant out of the packaging and standing next to the regular Clone Trooper. So as you can see probably straight off there is a bit of a colour difference between the two, but we'll get onto that in a second after we have gone over the accessories that they come with. So first off, the smaller rifle, it is the exact, basically it comes with the same accessories, but they just have different paint apps on there. So as you can see here, this is just an all black weapon. Whereas this one right here, if I get some focus close up, there we go, you can see that they've actually painted what I would expect to be the magazine on the side there in grey. So that is the main difference between those weapons, and I actually have a little bit of a white or a silver dot there, but I don't think that's supposed to be there. And just like I did with the Clone Trooper, I'll just show you the difference between that and the gun that comes with Stormtroopers, and in this case the TIE Fighter Pilot. So that is the differences between those two guns there. So if you have Stormtroopers, that is the size of the gun you'll be getting, pretty much the same size, but a very different shape and everything there, so very nice. And then the next difference we have here is this longer rifle. So as you can see, for the regular Clone Trooper we just get an all black moulded long rifle. I'll just show you the moulded detail on this one, may as well, they're exactly the same. So that is the shape of that, and then here is the size of it in comparison to the smaller gun. There you go, it's at the very least twice as long. And the main difference with this is essentially on this one right here, they have painted this section down here, so whether it's the part that they hold, like the grip or whatever it is, they have painted that that same grey colour. Flipping around to the other side you can see that I do actually have a bit of that silvery grey. If I get it in focus, there we go, right there. I can probably just scratch that off and okay, I'll probably have to do it with a knife, but yeah, I can get that off easily enough, so that's not really too much of a bad quality control issue. So that is the weapons comparisons out of the way. So now let's just take a closer look at the colouring. So as you can see, this guy right here is more of a Stormtrooper kind of pure white, whereas this guy, whether it's because of adding the coloration of the green changed it somewhat or whatever, I'm not too sure, or maybe it's just so that it stands out differently to this guy, but I'm pretty sure that they should be the same colour white in the film. I guess I'm not really too sure about that, but this guy, he's still white. If you look at him on his own, then he looks pure white, but standing with this guy, you can very clearly see on camera, this guy, he looks a little bit more of like a cream kind of a colour. But like I said, he still looks pure white if you see him on his own, so it's not a problem at all. It's just that that is just a difference that you can see when they are both together. Aside from that, you can also tell, if I bring this guy close up, in the mouth region we have the grey painted segments inside there, and on mine, on others it may go all the way down, but on mine the black, they basically haven't painted this little bit in here, but it's still visible. Whereas with this guy, they have gone for a much more thick look with that, and they have painted all of this down here black, but they have not done any of those grey bits inside there. And then obviously here you can see it looks quite a lot different with that green trim around the visor, which then goes all the way around and over that spike at the back. He also, just like the regular Clone Trooper, has that red dot at the back of that spike, which is very nice. Still maintains the same black detail on there. coming down. As you can see, the rest of the mold is basically exactly the same. It's just the coloration that's different. Like, he still has that grey stripe on the back of the knees. As you can see here, he has the green stripe that goes all the way down the side of his arm. And then on the top, they haven't quite done the white on here as good as it could be, unless they did actually mean to go for like a kind of grey like this, but didn't put it on as thick as they could have done, and it just looks kind of out of place a little bit. On the feet, we now have these dark grey trimmed boots instead of these browny grey trimmed boots at the bottom. On the front, he also has these dots signifying his rank, whereas this guy obviously does not have them. Now, before I get onto articulation, I do just want to show you, you can't really hear that, can you? It is kind of a ratcheted kind of feel. It does click every now and then. Whereas this guy over here, it's really heavily done. As you can see, you can actually hear that as I turn it. So it's exactly the same joint. It's just mine with that one, you just can't hear those ratchets, whereas with this one, you can. Also, just like that one, the knees on this guy, they are a different colour to this. Like, if I just show you this right here, on camera you can quite clearly see that that's painted and that's moulded, like the different colours in the white. This one, it's actually a little darker. They haven't put as much paint on as that one, and I think it kind of, I don't know, I think it sort of suits it a bit better. I think it sort of fits into the two colours, but just like the other one, it's not that much of a big deal, and it's perfectly fine. So carrying on with articulation anyway here, so the head moves slightly up but not very much at all, but it does look down very good, and then it moves left and right. The shoulders only move out this much. It would have been nice if they did cut away a little bit of this top so that we could get more articulation, because that is the one joint that's kind of lacking. It doesn't matter too much. It's exactly the same with the Stormtroopers. You know, obviously we're sacrificing a little bit of articulation there to have a really, really nice, accurate-looking figure. If it was on there on like a hinge or something else, I think it would look kind of out of place and just kind of hovering over the shoulder. So I like it, and I think it looks awesome. So I'm not fussed that we don't get more articulation than that. But it would be exactly the same if they did do a cutout there, even though it would look a little less accurate because you'd have, you know, a bit of a big gap right here. You'd have the articulation, so I wouldn't really mind either way. But carrying on, he does have a rotation at this bicep joint here, which does not get hindered by that pad. It comes very close, but it does actually pass through, which is fantastic. We have the double jointed elbow joint right here. The wrists both swivel, but this wrist here goes in and out like this. And then this wrist here goes up and down, like this. It would be nice, like I said in the Clone Trooper review actually, I find it might be easier to pose the gun if this could go left and right as well. But that doesn't matter either too much. You can, like you saw in both reviews actually, you can actually get him holding that big rifle in two hands, so it works perfectly fine. We have the ratcheted waist/diaphragm joint over here. He does crunch backwards and forwards, but like I said in the last video too, he does feel like he could crunch a bit more if this belt were to be moved out of the way. It does move slightly, you cannot remove it, but it is actually attached, but it's just very, very tight on there. The legs go all the way forward and a bit back, they rotate at the upper part of the thigh up here. He has a double jointed knee, the feet go up and down and have an ankle pivot, and he also has peg holes at the bottom of the feet if you want to use a stand. And as for a size comparison, here he is next to the TIE Fighter pilot from the same wave. And then here he is next to a Stormtrooper. So as you can see, these Clone Troopers are a little bit taller than later Stormtroopers. If you want to see reviews for either of those, or for the regular Clone Trooper, they are already on my channel. And basically, recommendations for this guy: if you like the regular Clone Trooper, you're obviously going to like this guy. I like him a lot more. There's obviously more paint tap gone into it. You're getting more for your money. Even on the weapons, just that tiny bit of grey. It's fantastic that they decided to do that, just to change it up a little bit. Whether it's movie accurate or not, I'm not too sure. But it's nice to just have something different. And me personally, I absolutely love all these different designs of clone troopers. So we've got this guy is the sergeant. I hope we get a blue one, which is a lieutenant, a yellow one, which is a commander, and a red one, which is a general. It would be awesome to have those, and any more if there are other colours out there. So thanks for watching, guys. That is the end of the review. If you want to go ahead and check out more pictures of these guys and stay up to date on what I have in my collection, then go ahead and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It is Homerino123 on both. And if you want to stay tuned for more videos on my channel, then go ahead and click on that subscribe button. And if you like the video, go ahead and like it, leave me a thumbs up, and comment as to which clone troopers you would like to see if they did different paint schemes and whatnot. So, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.